Hi Aquarius, welcome into your mid-June 2023 money and career tarot reading. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. We're going to begin and pull, actually I pre-pulled rather, some tea leaf cards for you, and then we'll move on to some tarot. But we're beginning with the coins card. Money will be coming to you. Absolutely beautiful. I'm hearing let the money start to rain on in more so. And feeling like it's not going to be everything you need or desire right, through the end of the month. But I feel like it's definitely more than you've been making, more than you've seen, adding up in your savings. And I feel like a lot of which are receiving, jumping into a new position, whether it's within the same company, a brand new one. It could be a side hustle or a full-time job, you name it. Could be an expansion for your business or a new business idea being put to use, putting one if not multiple hobbies or talents to use for extra income. It could be passive for some, or just being creative, strategic in regards to how to make more money. But I also feel like you are reaping the rewards of your hard work, very much so. Change is a must at times, and I feel like recent change for some is being proven worthy and that it was the right choice. And you could be experiencing an adjustment in one way, if not multiple ways within your career. And even how you spend your money, I want to say, being more efficient with that. For some, it could be because you're actually working more, you're busier, more on your plate. I'm hearing jam-packed, so less time to spend money, which is not a bad thing. Just make sure to find the balance in it all. But wishbone, a wish is granted, all right? Some of which this is more success for what you're continuing. This could be in regards to what you are needing to acquire, like new position, that promotion, pay raise, you name it. A shift to a different department is what I'm getting for some. But they're reminding you that when another wish isn't granted, remember this in the future, right? Then it wasn't meant to be, okay? Or it was just delayed and you were looking at something else that you desired or felt was necessary in the moment or in that period of time as that wish, when in reality, Spirit's saying you need to be viewing the right situation, which is what I feel like a lot of which are acquiring or seeing take a positive increase for you, progression, if you will. This is that wish fulfillment, okay? I just heard you get what you want and you do what you do. Okay. So a very independent vibe about you, a little bit of a stubborn vibe potentially in the eyes of Spirit, potentially in the eyes of maybe a boss figure, somebody you live with and or work with otherwise. But I do feel like there's a motivational vibe about you where it doesn't feel overwhelming to the viewers or whoever you're communicating with or working with or helping through your work. It just feels like your motivation is stemming from a peaceful, for the most part, balanced and grounded way of being. And this is going to ensure you levels of success and, gratitude that's necessary for whatever you're looking to be successful at. Anyways, the marriage card for the third one, talking about true commitment. Naturally, because it's a money and career read, we're not talking about legit marriage, but your commitment to the continuance of a job, if not multiple, or a business, or something you're jumping into. It could be more than one level of commitment for different situations for you, even potentially being pushed to think about why you decided to commit to where you're living or a different type of investment to begin with, okay? And potentially thinking about the implications or just the results, positive and negative, and somewhere in between in regards to something you're thinking about investing in, whether it's financially, and it could be more so resource-wise, like your time and energy, okay? But to continue, let's pull some tarot. An important phone call is what I'm getting. An important phone call for Aquarius to continue. What you commit to will be successful. Just keep that in mind. As long as you're trusting your intuition through it all, and it reminds you why you leave certain commitments or just certain situations or even the potential of an opportunity, if you will, right? To move towards what you feel is going to leave you feeling sunnier, potentially with a chance to succeed more, to make more money. You owe it to yourself to make the best out of your Aquarian time, don't you? To not sort of, dilly-dally. That's going to be key because you're going to be very busy. but also just to make the best out of your time as far as the most lucrative position, or just, I want to say, even for some, prioritizing your happiness through it all, right? You can have both a lucrative career situation or situations and be happy and fulfilled through it all. It's possible. I know it's not always that black and white for everybody, but it is doable. The Four of Swords talking about how there's true levels of protection, being reminded in any moments when you do get the opportunity to rest, to replenish, to heal. It is going to be essential, because I do feel like you are at times running on a low battery. You're not an Energizer Bunny, and it just feels like you kind of maybe are tapping back into or continuing that bit of a workaholic vibe. But it's, of course, stemming from a level of different levels of motivation. And courage to begin something new for some, or to make the best out of a new situation, or to make the best out of what you're continuing, you name it. But at the same time, we need to, again, find that balance and rest, relax. But I feel like you're going to have a full heart at a certain point, whether it's due to something coming in, something working out, you gaining more, not having to worry about your money as much, seeing things start to improve in that sense. I really feel like some of what you're seeing, things add up in more than one way. Could be in just one way for you specifically, but it feels like for some it's multiple ways, and things adding up just feels so gratifying. It fulfills you. It's like, okay, yeah, my hard work's paying off. Things are working out for me. It's like I am at times very exhausted, a very Nine of Wands vibe, which reiterates why this is of importance. But it just feels so good, right? Rewarding rewards, right? And I just feel like all the meanwhile, you're just going to need to remember that you are protected by your intuition and spirit through it all. So just keep moving towards what you feel is either necessary and or simply what you desire. I feel like wholeheartedly, okay? I'm also getting with this imagery here, because she's obviously laying in a nest, curled up. I feel like I was seeing an egg in it, okay? Something you're planning to, getting ready to hatch, or something you hatched recently. Something kind of like a mother bird protecting her baby eggs, right? Something you are protecting with all your might because it's your baby, or because it's your pride and joy. It's your body of work, right? And I feel like for a lot, it's like, let's think about that in the sense of our, when it comes to our money as well. Let's protect that like a baby. Make sure that's adding up as quickly as we would like to see it come to be. The Queen of Cups as well, talking about how there are times where I feel like I don't need to remind you for the most part to put your hands up and kind of go with the flow, but it just is coming to you quite naturally, efficiently on the remainder of June, where you're just saying that noise factor is out of my control. It's annoying. It's delaying this, the accomplishing of whatever this is for me, or ruining the energy in the situation right now, but I just need to step away or just cope with it. Maybe put in some headphones, some music, right? There are ways to cope with and deal with it you've learned up until this point. Say it's one, if not multiple people that are out of your control at work and or at home. Say the way they live or work. What are you going to do, right? Don't try to control that and get frustrated when that doesn't make things better, but might make things worse, right? But I feel like all the meanwhile, it's like there are certain reminders that you, have the caring nature to take something to the distance, plus some further, regardless of how that looks for you. But I also feel like there are certain reminders in the remainder of June that you're not where you exactly want to be. This could be more so when it comes to success and financial comfort, and for some cleaning up your finances. But I feel like for a lot, it's where you live and or work. It's like, remember, I did get this card in the tea leaf deck before beginning. There's a temporary situation, if not multiple, that you're wrapped up with, and you need to keep this in mind, all right? When it comes to certain imperfections, feeling, like you don't fit in, or just you're not in the right spot, but you are where you need to be, where you should be. You're destined to be at this time along your path. And when things are meant to switch up and change, when you're meant to acquire that new situation, or you're meant to see things start to even more rapidly increase in certain ways, it'll happen, okay? Trust in divine timing. They're saying as well, trust the process. might as well be pushing other people or hoping that they're trusting your process in a new job, or just it could be with what you're continuing, both. But all the meanwhile, I feel like, again, your caring nature is taking a highlight. And at certain points, you will need to remember to keep that crown on, okay? And emotions need to be discarded and, cleanse your energy and whatnot when, or step away from a situation when you know that it's not yours to carry if you're empathic, okay? It's coming through for a reason. Might even tie into your work. Let's pull one or two more. But the Knight of Cups, because again, I didn't say this yet, but your creativity, your caring nature, and your way of getting your point across and doing what you do and doing it well. A very magical way of producing and developing. And you're being reminded in the midst of one, if not multiple, important choices in the remainder of June. You deserve to love what you do and be happy and end up fulfilled through it, right? But I feel like you're leaving people feeling like that to an extent or in certain ways. And again, through certain choices, if not one in particular, you're manifesting a ton at this time. And I feel like you are going to see more wishes granted for you, to say the very least, if I could pick it up. Okay. Again, this is a time where money will be coming to you, falling onto your path. It's up to you to manage it wisely, right? As you see certain levels of increase and your commitments truly pay off for you, and you see the fruits of your Aquarian labor. All right. So this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the remainder of June, and I'll definitely see you next time.